Hey guys, this is Charttech. I'm gonna do a quick recap for you guys. This is for today, Wednesday. It was an amazing day. Disney provided some good profits for everybody. Um, we I'm gonna go through a recap of just everything that we played today with my calls and then with Quantum's calls. We're gonna try and make it brief, where it's not so long on you guys. Maybe 30 minutes is a video, so everybody just pay attention. I'm gonna try and go through what everything I seen. Um, and I'm gonna go through the times. So right here, as you can see, we have SPY. It's the first thing we started trading this morning. We had a dip this morning, a little bit of a gap down this morning, and it quickly got bought up. But I'm gonna go through the times. Today we entered SPY 308C, which 308 is right here. We entered a 308C at 8:33. So 3 minutes into the bell, we entered it. We entered it at 0.38 average, and we started scaling into this 0.76. So what I was seeing here when we first got in this play at the bell is wick. The wick started to form here. We entered around here. I think it was right at 307.84ish when we entered. And as you can see, of course, this candle got bought up pretty good. So our calls here went from 38 to 76. And then at 8:46, this is a 5-minute candle. So, 510, right here is 8:40. At 8:46, we entered a put. So here's what I was seeing. I was seeing long wick got bought up. So we entered calls here. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. My first sell trigger was here. We started to form a inverted hammer on the 5-minute, and it was reacting to this EMA 8. So what we do, we enter puts. I mean, we scale 75%, we ride, we close, we enter puts, we ride down. I mean, and then we seen another hammer forming, so we exited the puts. We entered puts at a 307.50.24, and we scaled 0.27. This move is pretty quick. From 24 or from 24 to 27. So we didn't really get a lot of movement here, but we got enough to give us a profit. Okay, it's about 13-14% gain here. We entered right around here, so the move was pretty fast. I mean, these, by the time I could get the sell trigger, we moved from like 30. They got to all the way high as 32, 31, but I couldn't get the sell in fast enough. And when I'm trading SPY, you have to be fast. So I slapped the ass. You don't have no time to put in bids. You're going to miss it. So we entered 307.50 puts. We scaled. And then we entered today at 8:54, which 8:55 is right here. We entered back in calls. Right here, we entered back in calls. This area right here. And we rode the calls from, let me read this here. We entered calls from 0.29 to 0.42. So what I was seeing here was the hammer. We had the wick bought, inverted hammer. We entered puts, riding along our EMA 8. And then we had a hammer we bought, and here we are. And guess what happened? A lot of congestion here. And all morning I had you guys talking about the 308.56 line. Where did I get this imaginary level that you guys seen this morning? Why am I preaching 308.56? It's simple, man. Let's get out of our 5-minute here. I'm going to zoom out for you guys. I want to show you just a pause on the on our calls here. We entered back calls and at 8:54, and we wrote them from 0.29 to 0.42, 0.40. And I'm going to show you where I got that level. Let's go to the 30-minute. As you can see, when we expand this out, this level here is the level that SPY has reacted to all week long. We opened at this level back on last Thursday, and we opened up on Monday at this level. So the beginning of the week, we have reacted to this level all week. So I draw my line around here. They're going to keep SPY within this range all week. So unless they fly this past 309.99, which is pretty much 310, you're going to be reacting to 308.56 all week. So where do I get my basis on how I want to make my plays? Why do I enter calls? Why enter puts? It's simple. This is a weekly hold here. The markets are, you can see it. This is a weekly range. Tomorrow will be 1 week that we have surfed this 308.56. So let's get back in the 5 minute here so we can go back over how we did today on SPY, which we did pretty daggum good. All right. Okay, here we are. Wednesday. This is our calls here. On we exited, we scaled 75%. We entered here, we scaled 75% around 0.41, 0.42. And then right after that at 9:25, watch my cursor, 9:25, we entered puts again. Why did I enter puts? We are reacting perfectly to this level, and it's reacting perfectly to these EMAs. Look, you have to be fast here. If you're sitting here putting bids in, trying to get the play, you're going to miss it. I mean, you see me. As soon as I bought this 0.29 and this 0.38 this morning, price was gone. You know why? I just slapped it. Look at the chart, slapped it. Put in however many cons I wanted to put in my original expense, and then here we go. I mean, if you're sitting here waiting on bids to fill, you're not going to get it. So slap these puts right here. Watching it. What's my stop loss when I entered right here? The top of the wick that we had formed here. That's where I'm watching. I bust this EMA 34, this top wick, I'm exiting my puts if we were to rocket higher. But no, got great gains on the way down. All these are scalps. When you have a scalp mindset, ignore 100%, ignore 70%. You're looking for 20s. You're looking for 15%. I mean, you're looking for gains. When you're scalping, you need to leave the lotto mentality behind. You're not looking for some massive ripper when you're doing scalps. So we entered a 308.50 put. Okay, I wanted to get, since we were at our 308.56, I entered a 308.50 put because I wanted to stay close to this 308.56 line that we've been hovering all week. Why? Because I knew they wasn't going to bring it that far down, because look at these long wicks. They've had to hold it up. They finally got the price action to sit this spot, but they wasn't done accumulating yet. And in the meantime, you have all these impeachment talks going on. So what they can do is they can manipulate the price and suck in retailers here. So you got to be fast. You have to be fast in your buys here. You have to slap the ask and you have to sell on the bid. On the bid. You can't. You have to buy the ask, sell the bid. You cannot sit here and afford to just bid it all the way through. It's not gonna work. So we entered 308.50 puts at 0.38, and we sold these at 0.50. Why did I sell? We had a great candle close. We opened, we dropped. I sold near these bottom wicks here in this area here. So we sold there, and we entered a 309C. Why did I enter a 309C? Well, at this point in time, my EMA was pointing straight up while we were selling. So if people are wondering how I'm getting why I'm doing what I'm doing, is because you need to, if you don't have any EMAs on your chart, you need to have an EMA 8, you need to have a EMA 20, you need to have an EMA 34. These will tell you how to trade SPY. Look at this, ripper straight up. We passed through our 308.56. We hit resistance in this area right here. It teeter-tottered all morning at this spot. So these 309Cs went from 0.19 to 0.29. With a fast candle, we sold, we got out. We held a runner just in case we continued up. At this point, we entered at 9:39. So 9:39, here's 9:35, give or take. We entered right in this gesture here. If this is a 5-minute candle, at 9:35 is here, 9:40 is here. We entered somewhere in this section here because it exploded pretty quick. So we scaled, we got out because we were hitting resistance of the close on Tuesday. And we were, at this point in time, all of our EMAs crossed above 34. So I wasn't really too scared about a fall or a drop unless this EMA 8 crossed below 34. And in the meantime, my targets for puts here are I'm ignoring this area here. I'm not even looking at buying puts in a 308 or a 307.50 or anything like that. I'm only eyeing here close to this line because this is what they've been looking at all week. If you don't believe me, look at the drop of doom today, the rug pull. It's got a lot of people, man. If you're one of the people in this, don't give up hope. This happens to a lot of people. All this is price suction down to the level that the market makers want. And this was also some BS trade news. Why? Because they were getting up here near 309, 310. They're not ready for you yet up here. They're not ready to explode this. So at that point in time, after our 309C, I took a break from buying any more SPY because at that point in time when this is the Disney run right here. So I did not trade SPY anymore, but my man Quantum traded it at the end of the day. Quantum, I'm looking on Discord here. Let's see here, Quantum. At the end of the day, he was buying 309Cs. So what was Q looking at? It was expiration. It was expiration day. Okay, here's a 1 minute chart. Quantum runs a different setup on EMAs than I do, but you could have still traded the same way. If you're a scalp trader during your trading day, you're sitting here drawing. At least I am. I'm drawing wicks. I'm drawing. If you're scalp trading, you're finding longer wicks that exploded uptrends. Wick uptrend, wick uptrend, wick uptrend. So I would have been trading these areas here because when you get close to expiration, premiums get nuts. So right here, he had a couple of 100%. So Quantum bought right in this section here and exploded. So when you're doing scalping, these 100% could literally happen in minutes, seconds. These are 1 minute. So in this section here, you've got 5 minutes. You've got 5 minutes. So 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. It's 20-minute section right here. So within 20 minutes toward the end of the close, this man ripped out multiple 100% gains, which is pretty daggone good. Good job, Q. And this is what he was looking at. He was looking at, this is free money right here toward the end of close. But sometimes you can get big ugly candles, but literally when you're trading in this end of the day here, you can get pretty good gains, but you got to make sure that you're not risking your whole account. You're not risking what you've made the whole day. You're not risking your profits. You're risking money you can afford to lose when you're playing in a day. And he just hit it perfect. So you can see exactly what he traded. He traded these two dips here, made him multiple 100% gains. All right. Really, there's nothing really to talk about on Disney, but everybody knows the story on Disney. What I seen on Disney today is pretty much what I said yesterday. When I entered this call, oh, come on, chart. When I entered this call yesterday, I told everybody that to be looking for numbers to come out today or numbers to come out last night. Well, we didn't get our numbers to come out. Hold on, guys. My thing's freezing here. Oh, here we go. We did not get numbers to come out last night or yesterday, but we got numbers to come out today. And, man, it was a beauty. Let's go right here first to this is Monday, Tuesday. We entered yesterday in this section here. Looks pretty daggone boring, correct? Okay. Disney exploded so big that I'm going to have to redraw my box. Okay. What we seen yesterday and what made me enter this was I bought yesterday around, let me look at my, I don't remember on top of my head, but I'm going to look here on Discord at my alerts. Come on, Charttech, come better prepared for your recaps. Okay, we entered yesterday at 8:56. I entered a scalp play. 8:56, right in this section here. What was I looking at? I seen a potential intraday demand that was being presented to us. Ignore this over here for right now. 856 was right in this section right here. We entered right here because I seen a gap up followed down to a fill of Monday's price action. And yesterday is whenever the number or whenever Disney Plus was coming out. So what happened in hindsight of today is accumulation. People was waiting just like I was when I bought this. What I told everybody when I entered it is numbers they will come out tomorrow. This is a competition out here, guys. I mean, they are ready to kill Netflix. Disney will own Netflix one day. Either they're going to shut them out or they're going to own partial or something. Netflix is not going to be able to survive this. This thing is cheap. This thing has premium content already. This thing is ready to roll. So what I seen was I was patient here. I wasn't buying right here expecting this thing to rocket. I waited for these EMAs to catch up. When I see EMA catch up, that's what I'm catching up with. So we entered the scalp, and the scalp paid us 0.43 to 0.65. And we scaled here. We bought here. We scaled here. We had a dip. This candle is the aftermath, but this started and fell. We bought when it started and fell. We re-entered right when it crossed back over the EMA 34. And the reason for that was I was looking for another scalp. So we entered back at a 0.39 on the 141C, and these went to 0.47. So, and from then on, right around 11:06 yesterday, right here, we entered a swing. Why did I enter a swing? Because we held perfectly all day. And I continue to tell people to be patient because we were still holding over yesterday's highs, even towards the close. So, and the rest, I mean, this is Wednesday, but we were holding well above the highs of Monday. So that's what I seen. And this morning I told everybody to be patient again. I was like, look, just put Disney in the rearview mirror. Wait for a little bit. Know what you hold. Know what you hold, guys. And look, rest is history. If I were to continue holding my 141, which hindsight trading is always undefeated, we'd have 1,000% on the 141, but we end up with a modest 400% and a modest 600% on our swings. Or I'm sorry, we had a modest 600% on the 141 and a modest 400% on our swing. And why did I love Disney's chart? It's the 1 hour time frame that you will see what I see. Come on. Hold on, guys. I don't know why this stupid thing keeps putting 20 days. Let's do 90. Okay. What I was looking at, let's go a little skinnier here. Let's go 4 hour. Y'all can see what I was seeing. Why did I pick okay, first off, this gap up here back when we played this back on April was when they were coming out and telling everybody about the streaming service. So you have to remember history. We played this too, massive gain, but today ended up being almost as big as it was back on April. But what I was seeing is, look, if we gapped up this much with just telling people that they were coming out with a streaming service, can you imagine what's going to happen when they release the numbers of the streaming service? So that's exactly what we did. We played it. We executed it. Here was my levels I was looking at. I was looking at a potential, if they come out with nice numbers, we're going to fill the 140.38 was what I seen right there. And then we were going to fill my potential 147.07. I did not anticipate it doing it in one day. I anticipated us filling here, running, boom. No, they brought this sucker up here. What am I seeing in the future of this stock? I anticipate this thing pulling back a smidge, okay? I anticipate us hovering in this section here to here for a little smidge. And then you could get a potential move down to retouch today's gap up start. And then we move our March to 170. That's Disney, guys. That's what I seen. I seen these peaks here that we were going to try and touch on numbers. And I said it yesterday, numbers, numbers, numbers. That's what we're looking for. Let's see here. We played HD, which was a beauty of a trade. Why did I make the trade? If any of you guys watched my video that I put out back on, come on, this thing, I don't know why it's freezing, guys, but if you guys watched my video that I put out back on Monday, hold on, this thing's being a goober. If you guys watched my video that I put out back on Monday, you guys seen my box middle average pattern? Well, the box middle average pattern did it again, baby. We rode this puppy on the top side. We rode this BMA to the downside. We retested the BMA average. We had a nice little gap down this morning, being fed by a fresh, lovely demand area. And they're running this beast up here to 236, 237. I mean, it was an exciting move, guys. These, if you were patient, you got paid. Our 232.50C, which was our BMA average, this puppy paid over 200%. Our 235C is going to pay tomorrow. You could get a little gap down in the morning, like so, but you will continue running this area here. And this area is going to dictate what we're going to have do, or like what's going to happen on Monday. If we get another rejection, we're looking at the BMA. If we get a rise, we're looking at area 238.39, which is the rejection level that we had back on the previous Monday, which is this area here. So we will continue to play HD. Okay, guys? It's simple. Levels, 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 box middle average pattern, which is downtrend congestion, box rise into supply, downtrend, you're selling 75%. Your target level from rejection to supply is your box middle average. And then the BMA held true here. We drew our box. We fell out of our box. Our buy zone was the demand area. And we rode this puppy right back to the box middle average. And we got towards demand. People were adding. And bam, El Chapo killed this today. And here we are. I do not anticipate this to fall back down. Because we held box middle average now for 2 days, this guy is riding up here to 236, 237. Guys, this trade, you will not find any trade easier than HD. You won't. This trade was perfect. This trade is textbook. And I love trading HD because this guy trades like a pro. I mean, whoever is in this trade, when they buy this every day, knows how to trade, knows what levels, because they trade like me. They trade demand and supply with a BMA, but they probably don't call it that. But let's see here. Let's see what else we can get into on our recap. What else did we profit on the day? We entered McDonald's calls. Let's see why we entered McDonald's calls. I will show you why I entered McDonald's calls. I hope you all decided to enter them with me. Okay, what I see here was, everybody has it different, okay? But what I seen was a broadening pattern. Crap, sorry. Wake up. I seen a broadening pattern, or you can call it a channel, whatever you want to call it. This congestion here, and we entered this today, which I entered a debit spread back last Friday, back this area. for myself, but I didn't share it to the group yet because I was early. I was testing a theory that we could possibly have a vacuum zone on last Friday to a 34 touch, but we did not have the vacuum. And what I mean by vacuum is price always towards the end of the day. As you can see on Thursday, price gets sucked to a 34 on Friday. These are great lotto days. The same can be true for the previous Thursday here. It gets sucked up above the 34. I mean, the EMA 34, but that didn't happen. But what I seen today is on the 4-hour chart was a beautiful hold of this level that it broke out of. And now we have a base with a curl of your EMA 8, which we will continue to cross 34 and continue to cross 200. Now, what we are getting now is a vacuum level to 34. We've crossed EMA 8 and EMA 20. We are now getting sucked to 34. At the very least this week, McDonald's will close at 196.04. Okay. What that says for our calls for McDonald's are 197.50s for next week. So what I see here is the reason I took a 197.50 is I see this beautiful area. This is a box mill average, by the way. What I see is, let me delete this stuff so y'all can see what I see here. All right, everybody see the channel? We broke out today. So what I see here is a fresh supply that has not been tapped into yet. And where is that fresh supply sitting for next week? 197.94, which is 198. All right, these calls will be in the money next week. And then here we are with this level here, which is a nice, beautiful gap. I mean, you see the gap here, okay? I'm just going to draw this in this unfilled level to the top that I'm eyeing. And first place, our stops, I forgot to tell you guys, our stops on this is this level that we've been basing all week. That's our stops, okay? If we drop back below EMA 8, I am looking to probably exit because it's going to take too long to get back up here. But we have to have this in the Friday. We have to get to this level here for next week's calls. Okay, and then the sky's the limit here. So I hope you guys see this. I'm seeing a 196.04 by Friday. You guys see my EMA 8 curl with our 20 and 34. We are two beautiful 4-hour candles. Let's get a little bit closer to this action here where you guys can see. Okay, here we are back on last week. We had some upper level management doing a little bit of, you know what, when they should not have been. We had a nice little, whoever got here got a good buy. I wasn't paying attention to McDonald's then, but, and I want to show you here, check out this pattern right here. This little pattern here was a nice little wedge. Okay, I love wedges. Explosions always happens out of a falling wedge. As soon as price crosses out of a falling wedge on a gap down like this, past your EMA 8, boom, explosions. Okay, sorry, that got me excited. But what I seen also was on the 30-minute, I showed y'all what it looked like on the 4-hour. On the 30-minute here, you had a nice little beautiful pattern where price action was falling with a wedge. So you guys see another wedge. And when you're in a bullish market, wedges almost 100% break to the upside. So you're immediately, when you're about to break wedges, you're going calls. You're not even thinking about puts unless these EMAs are pointed down. That's the only time you think about doing puts. So here's my level. This level is very easily attainable. Last Thursday, we are eyeing this level here, 196.04, which is the peak on last Thursday. And then we're eyeing these beautiful supply areas here for next week. You could get a ripper here to get us above 198 into 200 next week. Don't get excited. We're looking for modest 20 to 100% gains. We're not eyeing 200 or 300. If they come, so be it. We have runners to catch them. I run a 75-25 method, which is we're scaling 75% within 20 to 40%, and then we're riding the 25 to for runners, 100% plus or whatever. So that's what we have here at McDonald's. I'm getting close to my cutoff time, guys, on this video, but that was the recap for Wednesday. We entered McDonald's. We made great gains on SPY, and we played HD to perfection. And Quantum had some great plays at the end of the day on SPY, and Quantum did a good sympathy killer, I like to call him, for Netflix. Netflix today had the Boomtown fall to the downside. All this is when I did my live the other night, I haven't even looked at this chart since then, but it looks like the levels that I drew out on that live are pretty much playing out to what we want. If you're in Netflix, look for a drop here to this lower trend line. Everybody on your charts, draw your trend line here. If you're looking at the 4 hour, you have rejected this zone here. This zone here was for a lotto that never happened last week. And you've now dropped out of this congestion area here. And now you are rocking your way down to a level here. I would think, let's get here where we can, let me zoom in a little closer where I can see that trend line. I'm looking at possibly, let's see here, as soon as this loads. Sorry guys, I don't know why my connection's taking this long. But Friday, you're looking at 276s. If you are not in Netflix, you were looking of a break. You buy calls if you break above 282.27. You're buying puts if you break below 282.27. And your target zones are as so. Let's delete these areas here of boxes. Your target zones here are this area here. And your targets, if you're buying calls, is to the previous gap down spot here. Or not gap down, sorry. Your fall below your middle average. And where am I coming up with this middle average? You have got candle, candle, candle. Price has fluctuated within this line here, which is right here. Your target, if you're in calls, you're eyeing 289 to 290. If you fall below here, you're targeting puts here to 277. What does this translate to profits? Let's go to trade November 15th. What'd I say? Damn, I already forgot. A reasonable play here would probably be 275s, 277s, and then we're going to eyeball some ripper here to 290-ish, 288. 277.50s are in the ones, and 290 to 287s are in the 0.60. So right now they have dropped the call side here pretty cheap on this level. So you're eyeing this section here, okay? This could be a potential 282. This could be a potential 100% if you're eyeing puts, and then your potential on your call side could be right around 150 to 160%. Okay, so this is your line. If you were doing Netflix, 282.27 is your make or break. Okay, if you open below this, you are filling this quickly here. If you open below this, you are filling this area quickly, and then your price could come up. If you open above it, you were looking at price to fluctuate here and price to fluctuate bounce. Okay, so either way, you can't go wrong with those predictions. Okay, and remember, it's all predictions. It's not make or break. Okay, guys, this is Charttech. This is your Wednesday recap. I went a little longer than I should have, but it was good. I hope everybody got something out of this, and everybody have a great Wednesday night, and let's kill it on Thursday. See you guys.